The Neutral.
My mic's not muted. Yes, we're real content creators, boys. It's Amanda Stevens. It's another week, year. I don't know. COVID-19's, like everybody says, is like messed up my sense of time. I only know it's Monday because it's the Neutral. And this time, I have a really great guest. You know, my history of interviewing Justin Wong has been walking up to him at events and him kind of waving no at me, and then we kind of just like scurrying away. This time though, I have him locked in. Everybody likes Justin Wong. We've got his great looking face right here. How are you with no homeless beard like everyone else? How are you?
Good.
You good?
Yeah, we're good. I mean, yeah, I just keep busy. I just really keep busy. Like I really think my days and weeks go by really fast. Like I'm surprised that it's been 6 weeks of just staying home nonstop so far. Like it just goes by real fast to me. I guess my flow chart has been amazing when it comes down to it. Like I slept at 7 a.m. this morning. You know, we watch a lot of shows. There's so much shows I need to catch up on. So many games because of FGC, Capcom Pro Tours, and everything, traveling like nonstop. Like I'm able to get to those games. I've been watching a lot of old school anime. I've been learning how to cook. So a lot. I've been streaming a lot, and like I said, like the days go by so fast, which is great for me. Obviously. So I just try to keep things productive, and obviously I know a lot of things that where when it comes to the coronavirus, people are just obviously so depressed. They don't know what to do, and they're losing their shit, which is completely understandable because this is something we're not really built for to actually withstand. I was like, damn, if a pandemic ever happened, we're screwed. And I think like we don't know how to handle it. We're gonna have to go through some obviously some pit stops on the way because we don't know how to deal with this situation. Like because we were born in an era of just pretty much of just peace.
Yeah.
And peace and love and social media taking over the world and making memes all the time. So now it's just kind of interesting how we're dealing with it. Obviously, seeing all this is kind of the wave 2 of the coronavirus where people are going to beaches. Like, you know what? It's okay to go to beaches. I'm just like, wow, all the hard work that people, that the people from the hospitals, the doctors, the nurses, all the hospital staff, all the workers that are doing like Uber Eats, deliveries, working at restaurants, you know, all the essential workers. It's just pretty much it's like a big like F you to them. That's what those people going to the beach are. And it's just insane.
See,
insane.
So like we were talking before the show about like how we miss movie theaters, and like New York State's in theory supposed to open up on the 15th. But like if you had told me like full stop, everything reopens on the 15th, movie theaters, malls, all that shit, you still wouldn't catch me at one of them.
Yeah, same. I mean, look at Georgia. Georgia reopened on Friday. The next day was 1,000 cases.
Yeah, like that's
like,
the thing.
What do you think
like
was gonna happen?
like I'm down for stuff to reopen. Like I miss my board game cafe, but like that max occupancy is not like huge. Like it's not like a huge restaurant or anything. And they've already been talking to their community about like how they'll reopen when they can reopen. Like maybe they'll just have less people inside. They'll spread the tables out more. But people wildin'.
They are wildin'. They are.
And like I live in like upstate New York, so like for the most part, people are being like responsible. Like I go for a walk so that like I don't get bigger. Because like I was going, I see this on Twitter from everybody. Everybody picked 2020 to be like the year to get their shit together. Like go to the gym, make whatever like thing be poppin'. And then I lost the gym, and then I got mad unmotivated. So now I've been like trying to walk, and my first couple of walks, I saw nobody outside. Like the closer we're getting to the 15th, it seems like everybody's like, all right, can I just like go outside for a little bit? Like, is it okay? But I wouldn't go to a beach. Like I've talked about it with the doctor, who is one of my mods and also a content creator I work with. I'm like probably not going on like a plane for like another year. Like I want a vaccine, and then that's when I'll like try to do things. Oh god, I'm frozen.
Yeah, you are frozen.
Huh,
I hear your voice though.
That's great. It's such a weird pose to be stuck on. Like I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, I mean, it's
future emote, man. That's the future emote right there.
Yo, for real. All right, so Discord has lost my camera. It seems that's great. Discord, you want to like bring back? I hate you, Discord.
Struggle.
Really and truly. 1 second. Let's see if this fixes it. I'm back. I'm back, chat. Okay. It wouldn't be an episode of The Neutral if there wasn't some weird technical difficulty. Whether it's Shine not actually using light, so by the end of the episode it's night and you can't see him anymore, to Kizzy K's Wilson impression with I don't know if you saw that Kizzy's like holding his laptop up, and so like it's just like his chin looks like he's like looking over a fence. Like it's great. That's the trademark of my show.
That's the trademark of the show. Okay. No, but you were saying about it's close to the 15th. Let's go outside.
So like, it's like at least the people are wearing masks, and it's not like everybody's outside in droves. Like it's not like a normal day where I see like everybody outside. But I don't know, man. Just because your governor says that the state's open, maybe you shouldn't go to the beach. Maybe. Or the park.
It is...
Rough concept. But let's talk about positive stuff. So you said you're watching like your backlog of anime, and I'm not gonna judge you because you've made some really questionable anime tier list characters before. So like we won't talk about that. We might get to tier lists. Like I might make you make a tier list live on air.
Okay.
But what are you watching right now? Like, I know you're watching the best basketball anime of the season. Well, the only basketball anime of the season, but you're watching the best basketball anime of the season.
I mean, there's not much sports animes this season.
We have the really bad rugby show that's more a dating sim.
Yeah.
Was that number 24? It's all right.
I'm not watching that.
When you get to the rugby, it's a pretty decent show. So I just make my way to the rugby scenes.
I think the problem is that when I watched a previous rugby anime,
which one?
It's called All Out.
Oh, that was good, but it had like the Ice Show 21. But it had like the Ice Show.
I didn't like it.
Why not?
Because they really didn't get nowhere.
Like, that's fair.
And also like they didn't get nowhere, and also like I never understood how rugby was played. I didn't know how rugby was supposed to be played. Mm-hmm. So the way the anime worked, it didn't explain well.
That's fair.
About how the game's supposed to be played.
You should watch...
Other sports animes are like very good at explaining how things work out.
You should watch Try Nights. That's like that. If you want a better rugby show that like actually tells you how rugby works, Try Nights is pretty good. TRY and then Nights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually not watching too much anime this season. I'm watching a lot more like shows on Netflix actually.
So what do
So like, but for the animes though, it's I watch a Hero no Soros on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Major season 2, which is kind of weird now because they kind of shifted if you watch season 1.
I've only read the
Um,
manga for Major.
okay, so yeah, so I'm watching the second Major, and then I'm watching Love Is War season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Love Is War is really good, and I would say those are the and Tower of God. Those are the only 4 animes that I'm actually watching. Oh, there's also the new one that came out on Netflix. It's called like something Nozaki-kun.
No, I haven't been watching that, but I did just watch the new Ghost in the Shell series. That was pretty good.
So I watched the trailer and I'm just like, no,
Because is it the CGI?
yeah, it's
You
CGI.
you get over it. I promise you. I mean, but I also liked the Ultraman series, which does the similar thing of just like all CGI.
Mm. It's like when I saw the trailer of the new SpongeBob movie coming out soon, and I'm just like,
Is it all CGI?
what? Yeah, and I'm like, why wouldn't you just do it in cartoon?
You got to try different things, Justin. Look,
No, no, no,
you can't
no,
do
no, no.
you can't just do things old man style. Like the world evolves.
Nah, I mean, nah, no way. It's not the same. I just don't. You know why? Because when I'm watching CGI,
Mm-hmm.
I can see like I guess maybe because it's from like the gaming part of me. I just see like random FPS drops from CGI, and it just bothers me because then I start looking at like frames drops, and I'm like, I can't like watch the story. I can't enjoy the show because I'm just like looking at the faults of CGI.
This is the shit that Doctor says to me whenever I try to get him to watch a CGI anime. I'm just like hearing it over again.
It's annoying. It's pissing me off because I'm like, it's not fluid. They're not doing what's supposed to be intended. Like the animation doesn't like the emotion of what they're supposed to do based off
Mm-hmm.
of action. It's not giving me the full detail of like what they're trying to like emphasize because of the FPS drops due to CGI. So yeah, that's my problem with it.
So you said you're watching a lot of Netflix. Please don't tell me you're watching Tiger King.
We watched it. I watched it with my every Wednesday I do like a group chat with like all my close friends to
Mm-hmm.
like make sure we're all cool and sane and stuff like that. So we've been watching shows a lot together, and we watched Tiger King. And what I thought about Tiger King was, I can't believe I don't remember this showing on the news when I was growing up. I would think I would seen it on the
Mm-hmm.
news and they would have blow it out of proportion where I would remember that this happened. But I don't remember it ever happening.
Uh,
That's the crazy part for me.
I'm surprised I didn't. So like I haven't watched it. It just doesn't seem like I'm a big into like Netflix documentaries, but this one I was like I'm gonna pass. This looks a little too crazy for me.
So
But
it's not even just a documentary. It's like a drama documentary.
yeah, it's like a
It-
docudrama, right? Like it's not
yeah,
entirely accurate from what
yeah. I mean,
I've read.
yeah, they're gonna exaggerate it to make it where it's juicy, where it's like kind of like a regular drama, like it's something that pulls you in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did a really great job with that. And yeah, I mean, it gets really crazy. It definitely gets really crazy. And I would say if you do watch it,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's kind of tough to say it's entertaining. It just really pulls you in to just
But
want to
that's
know
like
more about what happened.
But that's like every Netflix documentary series. I feel like I started. I don't know if you watch any of them, but like I watched the Aaron Hernandez one, and I was like, I'm gonna watch one episode and then I'm gonna go to bed. And then tell me why it's like 4 a.m. and I'm still watching, and I'm on Wikipedia. Like I hear a new name, and I'm like, yo, what about this motherfucker? What he be up to now?
Yeah.
Like I don't. Netflix is good about that. Like I don't know why they give you the button that's like, yo, are you still alive? Are you still watching it? Because they know you're still there.
Yeah.
They know
No,
they
for
pulled
sure.
you in.
No, they do, 100%. They Netflix always gets me every night. Anytime I'm not on my computer here
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in the living room, Netflix is always running. It's like literally running like probably like 8 hours a day.
So like you get your subscription worth.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously this is not an ad or show, but Netflix is definitely an essential thing to have during this quarantine virus. Like it's 100%.
Hashtag Netflix Justin Wong.
I'm just. I mean, you. It's all you gotta know is it's one friend, and then you share their account. That's it. You don't even need to pay for it. Split it.
That's true. I just canceled my Netflix account because I've watched pretty much everything I wanted to watch. That's what I tend to do. I like keep it in like sections. So like I'll probably re-up when Kevin Smith's He-Man show comes on. I'll probably
They're
come
coming
back.
out with a lot of. They're coming out with a lot of shows. Every week it's like new stuff coming on. So.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not about new stuff. It's like between the fact that I've been like getting through like my DVD collection because I'm a big movie buff. So over the years I've just collected a lot of DVDs. And my friend has a Plex server that rivals what Crunchyroll has to offer. So it's like, why pay for something when I already have a bunch of other stuff I can watch?
Yeah, I have a lot of subscriptions, which is bad. I got Crunchyroll, Funimation, Disney Plus, Netflix.
Yo, I kind of want Disney Plus though.
Amazon. Yeah, I got like all those stuff. So
Yo, I've been watching, as far as Amazon goes, I've been rewatching all of Monk. Monk
I never
had,
watched them.
Yo, it's a great show because I'm addicted to crime dramas and procedurals.
Okay.
Like those, that Numbers, The Mentalist, NCIS, like those are my shows. If I'm not watching
this
anime or toku, it's probably like some random crime show
I love brain dead shows.
where you just turn off
Like
your.
brain. I don't have to think about it.
So then crime shows are not for you.
Yeah, unless like I can watch crime shows, but I need to be like, I need to have mental space in my head for like to watch it. So like, but if it's something where I could just put it on and just like not have to think and it's just entertaining, I'm rewatching Community,
Mm-hmm.
and because it came out it's on
It's all on Netflix now.
which, yeah, and I'm just like, oh, this is the greatest show ever. Just like leave it on and don't have to think about it. It's my favorite shit.
So if I said to you like top 5 sports anime,
Top 5 sports animes.
top 5 sports animes.
Let's see. No order.
No order. We're not gonna make it too hard on you.
Okay.
Like the difficulty of these tier lists is gonna like scale as the show goes on. But we'll start light. No order. Just 5 best sports anime.
All right. Let's see. You got Haikyuu, Ace of Diamond,
Ooh, good choice.
Slam Dunk. Let's see. What's the other two that's really good? To be, I like this other one. It's called Yowamushi Pedal. It's a Viking one.
Yowapeta's real good.
Yeah, that
Yowapeta's real
one's
good.
really that one's so it's underrated. People don't give it a shot, but it's really good. And then the fifth one, it's actually not too long, but it was really like emotional for me. It's Run with the Wind.
Yo, you know, I struggle calling Run with the Wind a sports anime.
I mean, it's kind of it's still sportsy, but it's definitely more of just like of an emotional anime more. But it's, I mean, once they got to the race, it was OD though.
No,
I was loving the race.
No, don't get me wrong. It's just that like I have trouble with like shows like that. Stars Align is another one. Like these like the sport is just supplemental in the background. It doesn't happen too much. I still love them.
You. I mean, they still got the character development for them getting better was still there.
Yo, Abby, you right. Ping Pong the animation is good show. That's all
I actually never seen that, but everyone told me like that's something I should watch.
Yo, if I could make one anime recommendation to you, Ping Pong the animation would definitely be up there. Like if I had to pick 3 anime for you to watch, Ping Pong's there for reals. It's so good.
Yeah, is it on Crunchyroll?
I don't know. I don't know the Crunchyroll roster like that.
like how old is this anime?
Like 2018, 2017.
Oh, it's not. That's pretty recent then.
Yeah, it's not like super old. It's not like when I started rewatching Gundam 00 last week and found out it was 14 years old. It's not like that.
Oh.
That hurt my soul. Whenever I like go, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go watch this anime. Like, it's fairly new. I watched it in college, and then like I have the mental disconnect of like how long ago college was.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, I wonder how old this is. And then you click on Wikipedia, and it's like this show came out in 2007, and you're like, wait, what? No, no, it didn't. It oh shit, it really did.
I mean, that's how I feel when people talk about Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, the top three of during that generation,
Mhm.
right? That was like the big three, and then you realize, wow, it's really old. Like I never
forgot.
thought Naruto would finish. I didn't think Naruto would ever finish. I thought it would just always keep going. And then obviously they have Boruto. Boruto's trash though, but you're like, I always thought Naruto would just keep going in general.
Yeah, but I thought, you know what? I actually thought that in my lifetime I would see One Piece end. I'm pretty sure One Piece is gonna outlast me.
No, they said it's gonna finish in like 6 years.
Wait, they made that announcement? Yo,
I read something that it was supposed to finish in like pretty like in the next few like the years. I remember there was an article about it. I think it was 2026.
So of the big three, is Naruto your favorite?
Yeah, I think Naruto's my favorite. Bleach ended poorly. I think the way they did Bleach is poor. I know they're bringing it back.
Well, he didn't want to. He didn't want to go past the Soul Society arc.
That's what I'm saying. They should have left it at Aizen. My man Aizen was the truth. And then how can you end it with like the next arc after that? That one was trash. And then I read the manga, and then I finished the manga.
Like the 1,000-Year War arc had some like really cool fights, but like the plot was trash. The plot was trash.
Too random.
I think he just wanted to like give us a bunch of bankais. Like he wanted us to see everybody's bankai.
I didn't like that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just a bunch of really good fights, and that's all you got to think about. Just like turn off your brain, and just read fight after fight. That's it.
I personally like I like character development, and I also like when they make a character really come out of their shell to break their limits. This is like, it's like, yeah, they already have it.
So
you just never seen it until now.
Yeah, so some Goku shit. You're like,
yeah, what like when Goku turned Super Saiyan the first time, that was OD. When Gohan did Super Saiyan 2, that was OD. Super Saiyan 3, that was OD. Like stuff like that was like, it's like, because you didn't expect it to happen, right? There was like a build up, but man, like Bleach is the same thing. Like, all right, they're going to sandbag, and they're going to talk about whatever, and they're going to say, oh, I'm only 20% of my power level or whatever, and then they power up, and then boom, there you go. Like there was no build up. There was no like, I had to suffer to get to this.
I mean, but like Renji did. Renji had to like kind of suffer to get his bankai a bit.
But Renji's actually trash, and his and his bankai is actually whack too.
Wow.
Like, no one cares about that. He's a jobber. He's literally the jobber of Bleach. If you're not Ichigo or a captain, you trash.
Yo, that's a spicy take. Wait, so there's no love for Chad?
What? He has done nothing. My man, all he does is talk about abuela, and then gets bodied. That's it. I mean, what? It's whack.
Oh man.
Humans are whack. Humans obviously are low tier, right?
Or Hime.
She's whack. She's a good support, but she's not like godlike. She can't even hold the shield up.
Yo, chat. I knew it was gonna be a bad idea to talk anime with Justin because he was just gonna say shit over and over. That was gonna.
Hime is whack. Hime should not be in a contender to Rukia. You know what I mean? When it comes to the other female lead, definitely should not be the same level as Rukia.
Abby, do not take Justin's side. What are you doing? Wow,
I'm just saying. I only speak facts. I don't speak opinions. And I mean, Orihime has never done anything where it's like hype. It's literally she just got captured. She's dumb, and she got this weak power. And
wait,
like,
actually, I have a question for you because I'm gonna pull you into a debate that I've had with other people and get your thought on it. Mirio, best hero or trash hero?
Oh, from My Hero.
Yeah.
Shit, Mirio's really good. I like Mirio a lot.
Yo, right?
I like Mirio a lot. I think Mirio is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it does suck that.
So Mirio best
the anime.
Yeah, Mirio is the best part of the big three, right? Like hands down, better than Sun Eater.
Oh, free. I mean, when it comes to the best three, they gave Mirio way more like light and way more just airtime, but it definitely made it more dramatic. But he was kind of dumb because they could have definitely saved. Didn't have to go through that whole fight scene if they just got the girl in the beginning. But I mean, Deku had the right idea, right choice. To be honest.
Yeah. No, I just want to confirm a debate. I've been having a debate with my mod for almost like 4 months now about how Mirio is one of the best characters of the show. And
definitely one of the best characters, but I think Mirio's gonna turn bad.
Oh wait, are you not caught up on the manga?
I am caught in the manga.
Oh, okay.
But I definitely think Mirio's gonna randomly just turn bad, like in the
no heel turn.
I think it's gonna be. There has to be a heel turn. If they didn't make Bakugo heel turn, there has to be someone there to make a heel turn.
Yo, present Mike. There you go. Here you go. Present Mike.
Present Mike? No way. He's happy with his job. He's happy being a PA.
Yo, but they're gonna tell him that like, yo, if you heel turn, you get your friend back. Present Mike would do it.
I mean, they might get the other guy back, so that's taking a bad guy to a good guy. We got to give something back to the bad guy.
Nah, it's okay. I do predict that they're gonna let Stain free.
We haven't heard of him for a while.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
Stain ideals. I'm telling you, you need something so crazy, and I think Mirio is gonna turn bad.
Well, like the crazy
because of jealousy.
Oh, well, like I'm so sorry, chat. If y'all are not relatively caught up on My Hero, spoilers. There's like this big fan theory that Red Riot and Bakugo are two of the vestiges of One for All, because there are two that we don't know about, and if you look at their like silhouettes, they look like Bakugo and Red Riot, and people think there's like that they're gonna do some heroes nonsense and do some time travel shit. So
that's the craziest thing I ever heard.
Yo,
that's literally like, I don't know. I guess quarantine hit people very differently, but
yo, this was pre-quarantine. This is stuff people were coming up with in like December, like
time
January.
Traveling?
Yeah.
No, that's not happening. Come on now.
Yo, don't fall down the anime YouTube rabbit hole. I warn you.
No, I never watched those. I never watched like those fan theories YouTubes because like it's gonna get me triggered and it's gonna make me want to reply back. And
yo, that's what you're missing on your YouTube channel. Justin Wong anime fan theories.
No. That's so much trigger right there. It's actually insane. I'm not trying to trigger people like that.
I mean, you make the tier list though. Like, hold up. You can't be like, yo, I'm not trying to be out here triggering people, and then make the tier lists the way you do.
Because the thing is, fan theories are just theories, right? Those are your theories. But my tier lists are factual. So because there's a difference, right? I like to spread the truth.
Yeah,
I don't like telling things that could possibly not happen.
but
That's me.
I don't know, man. I don't know if every single one of your tier lists is factual.
It's pretty factual. There's just no explanation. And the reason why that people take it to a different level when it comes to my tier list is that I just post a tier list, but it doesn't give you what the purpose of the tier list is,
Or what the grading parameters are.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just you just see literally SAB trash, and then you just see characters or items or food just being lined up and categorized. But you don't know what it means to me versus what it means to you. You're thinking of it what it means to you. So that's why people don't agree with me until there's a conversation. Then you're like, oh, it makes sense, and then boom, that's it.
Nah, you could never convince me of your potato chip tier list.
What was my potato chip tier list?
Oh man, I gotta.
It's been a while.
Dig.
I mean, I made a lot of.
You had a period of time where you were just like, yo, how many things can I tier list today? Justin Wong, potato. Yo, maybe I should know how to spell potato chip. Oh wait, it already came up. Wow, I just typed in potato and it was like chips. Yes, correct. Google. That is what we are looking up today. I wonder if it's gonna try to convince me that I don't think this is it. This is not the tier list.
See? Maybe it's gone forever.
Wait, you had BBQ curry potato chips? What? That sounds godlike.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you go, Asia has the best potato chips ever. I wish, like, I can just have those potato chips. Seriously, so I have these honey. Oh, I actually devoured it, but the honey butter chip, honey butter chips in general is like the number one chips of all time. Honey butter chips.
Since I haven't had them, I can't really. Wow, you have a dessert tier list?
You got to go to Asian markets for that.
Yo,
Asian markets are the only ones that do honey butter.
Yo, chat. Factual tier list? I'm done. I don't know, man. Like those. So I'm looking at your dessert tier list.
Okay.
I'll share it with you in Discord because you might not remember it because you have so many spicy takes.
Let me see. Okay, cheesecake number 1. That's a fact.
Yo, you put brownies pretty. Oh wait, no, those aren't brownies. You put brownies in C tier though.
Yeah, because a lot of times when you get a brownie from like a mediocre spot, it becomes like overwhelming, and you're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna start choking because it's not gonna taste good. It's very common for people at restaurants to mess up a brownie.
All right? First of all, this is a real question for you. How does a Cinnabon count as a dessert? It's a breakfast food.
Cinnabon. I mean, if you get a Cinnabon from the store, Cinnabon, it's pretty much a dessert. It's not breakfast. You don't eat that for breakfast. You literally eat that for dessert.
Nah, fam. That's a breakfast food.
That's definitely not a breakfast. You're not gonna wake up at 8 in the morning to go to a Cinnabon. I don't even think Cinnabon opens up at 8 in the morning.
Yo, I've been to a Cinnabon in the city at like 8 in the morning.
No way.
Yo, I take the train.
Way.
I take the train in from Long Island, right? I stop in Penn Station. I grab a Cinnabon and then I go about my day.
Okay, so why do people sell Cinnabons at night?
Because you can't have a store that's only open from like 8 a.m. to noon.
Some breakfast places do. They look at those carts that sell breakfast in New York. That sells coffees, the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. You don't see them at the end of the day. They're gone. They get replaced by the halal guys.
Yeah, but that's not a chain. You can't compare chain.
They understand that this is breakfast food versus not an all day food. Cinnabon is literally there all day because it's like whenever you have a sweet tooth ready, you eat a Cinnabon.
Nah, it's not how it works. It's not. I mean,
Yep.
the rest of this tier list
See?
looks fine. Red Velvet Cake
See?
sucks.
Yep, I agree. Look at that. You agree with me?
I don't know I don't know how. Knowing your criteria of like the wide scale of like how things can be prepared, I can understand why you put churros at D tier.
Yeah, if you go
because-
to a fair, churros suck. Churros
Yeah.
suck at fairs.
But if you go to like a real spot and you get a churro, it's like pretty god tier.
Yeah, but like how often do you go to a real spot compared to a common spot?
No, I feel that.
Like if you get a cone of ice cream from McDonald's, it's amazing.
I
Why do you
think-
think the machines? Oh, why do you think the machine for a vanilla ice cream cone at McDonald's are always like broken at like 2 a.m. because it's always being used.
But I will say that s'mores should be B tier.
S'mores?
Yeah. You gotta see. I'm not really a fan of that.
I mean, the problem with s'mores is that it's you gotta always kind of make it yourself. You can't just buy it.
Yeah, but that's like the whole point of a s'more.
No, like how often are you gonna have a campfire or a little fire thing to make a s'more? It's such a like an event dessert.
Yo, but
that
microwave
it-
s'mores are good too. Microwave s'mores are still good.
I just think because it's not a traditional dessert, it's
Mhm.
more of an event dessert. You can't rate it as high as it should be.
Yo, doctor, you're wrong. Microwave s'mores are good. Like, you just have bad opinions. You have bad opinions about Mirio. You have bad opinions about s'mores. It's okay. It's all right to be wrong about things, as
But
Justin
do you
says.
see how keen my arguments are when it comes to my tier list when you're actually asking the questions? There's actually actual reasoning for my tier list when it comes to making them.
I mean, that's fair. Like I said, the tier lists were going to get harder. So, since we haven't said like a single word about fighting games, right? You know, this is a fighting game show. We've talked about anime and I guess desserts now.
Mm-hmm.
Of the current FGC titles, you know, you got your GranBlue versus, you got your Street Fighter 5, your Tekken 7, your Soul Calibur 6. What is your tier list of the current fighting games?
Current fighting games, of like I'm guessing you're like talking about modern fighting games, like
Yeah.
whatever's on Evo. For
Yeah, sure. Let's you know what? Not including Marvel 2. Tier list of
that'd be
the
an easy one.
that would be an easy one. It's S, right? Easy done.
Yeah, easy though.
So
Let's
of the
see.
Evo games, let's put them in a tier list.
Okay. Smash Ultimate's number 1.
Woo!
Smash Ultimate's
That
number
was
1.
probably not what people were expecting.
No, I mean it's a great franchise. It's a great game.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody plays it. It's the viewership is at the all-time high. Like when you think about it as just like why does everybody play it? If you just watch it, it's pretty exciting. I mean, I love watching Smash tournaments in general.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I know a lot of people in the FGC are very like, "Oh, Smash is not a fighting game" or whatever. I hate watching this. I'm like,
No, I love watching
I-
Smash. I just never played it until like now. Like I didn't grow up with
I
it.
love watching it. Yeah, I like watching it because it has different mechanics. It's much harder to play if you're not used to those type of games. Like it's not an easy fighting game to pick up in my opinion. And I just think the way they really showcase the characters, it's really good. Like when you had Ryu and Ken in the game, the fact that they can make Ryu and Ken more hype in this than Street Fighter 5, that's when you know they're doing a great job. Like Nintendo's making sure the details for these characters in Smash are just like S, right? S tier.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say Smash Ultimate, Tekken 7. Obvious Tekken 7 is obviously going to be up there, just based off just the game. Harada's amazing. I love his the character announcements, the way he does his character trailers and announcements, and how raw he is when he comes out to it. Like when he says, "Don't ask me for shit." It's so much better than how Ono comes out. I love Ono, but sometimes I don't understand. I don't understand the word he says.
So like the difference though is that like Ono sounds like the like uncle who like sneaks you candy,
Yeah, he is.
right? Whereas like Harada, is like your granddad that you don't visit enough because he's cool and all, but he's
But he's
almost
strict.
but he's like stricter than your parents,
Yeah, but I
right?
mean,
Like
he
he,
delivers.
yo,
He
like he
delivers.
give like he's the one that'll like slide you a 20 and be like, don't tell your parents I gave you this.
Yeah, yeah.
But like
He
you get
delivers. I
but you
like
get like a
delivery.
B on your test, and your parents would chill
Mhm.
about it. But then you get a phone call from Harada being like, "Yo, what's this B about?" And you're like, "It's a
Yeah.
B. It's good." And he's like, "No." And you're like, but it's a." He's like, "No, A only." And you're like, "But Harada," and he's like, "No." So, it's what you want out of your extended family member. Do you want the family member that like sneaks you candy all the time, or
Yeah.
do you want the super strict grandpa?
I mean, I'd rather have the super strict grandpa where I know like you're gonna be happy whenever he does an announcement. Like I just think anytime there's a tech announcement, it's always been well
Yo, like
received.
that Negan one? Oh, that
Yeah,
was so good.
it's always been well received, right? Like, and I love the fact that when they have their Tekken World Tour finals, it's kind of like everywhere, right? Amsterdam, LA, Thailand. That was sick. Like stuff like that's really cool. Um then I would say after Tekken 7, I would say I guess yeah, I would say Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5 is still solid pick in general. Can't go wrong with Street Fighter 5 except for the netcode. It's pretty bad, but let's see. What's the other games left? There's GranBlue left, Soul Calibur. What other games am I missing?
GranBlue, Soul Calibur, Uniclear,
Is that it? Six? That's
Dragon
seven?
Ball.
Oh, Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's gonna be the one bottom. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Dragon Ball.
But
It's the
but it
same game over and over.
even with the new patch, with like more assist choices and
I still see people talking about how Bardock and Majin Buu, Little Buu is still like killing it. GT Goku. Like anytime I see a video on Twitter, it's still gonna have the same characters because it's not gonna change really, right? You're still gonna see a million level threes in a match. That's the thing. You're
but
still gonna
wait,
see block string for like 50 seconds. That's kind. It's just I don't know. Like when they say they're gonna change it up, where things gonna be so different, like Goichi's still gonna block like all your mix ups no matter what. It's nothing threatening where like oh yeah like they're gonna change its whole landscape and everything. So I don't know. It's just I always thought Dragon Ball wasn't like it looks amazing. It looks so beautiful. It looks great. But I think the gameplay is just the same. There's not many different archetypes where it changes up like the landscapes of different matchups and everything compared to like other games. And I think that's kind of why I'm just like turned off about it. Like I don't want to play a brawl fest where I'm just locking you down for 40 seconds and making you guess over and over again. I think that's just boring to me.
that's
Like
fair.
yeah, that's my personal opinion about it. I haven't seen much Uniclair, maybe because it came out when Corona hit. So I guess I can't really judge about it because we don't know like what's hype about the game, what tournaments have happened and stuff like that. I don't even know if they're doing online tournaments or anything like that. I see online tournaments for Street Fighter, Tekken,
I haven't seen
GranBlue.
any Uniclear like
Yeah,
on
right. I
my
haven't seen any
Twitter.
of that.
I mean, like I see Sam Show, I see GranBlue, I see Tekken.
Yeah, you see those other games, but you don't see Uniclear tournaments. So I can't really judge
That's
if
fair.
Uniclear is like is a good game or is in a good place because it literally came out when the Corona hit. Like it came out
Mm-hmm.
what February something, right?
Yeah,
February
yeah,
something.
like late February.
Yeah. Let's see what else. There's Sam Show. I love Sam Show personally, but man, it's hard to play online. Like it's online's not the greatest.
Is the netcode just that bad?
It's not bad. It's just whatever. But the problem with Sam Show personally, it's dead. Like it's so hard to play online. Like if I go online and put rank match, it might take me like 15 minutes to find one match. And let's say I finish
Ooh.
playing, it'll be another 15 minutes to play the same guy. Like I'm personally not a fan of just like, hey, let me join a Discord group to look for matches, because the point of random matchmaking in online games is to literally what it is. You just wait and matchmaking should happen. Like if you go matchmaking in Street Fighter 5 and Tekken 7, it's so fast to get matches, right? You
Hmm.
don't have to go to a Discord to whatever. Like if I want to play rank online, I can just boom play rank online. But if I want to play rank online on Sam Show, you can't, because there might be nobody online. Everyone's probably playing in lobbies, or they found a Discord partner. I think stuff like that makes it just not fun in the experience, which sucks because, like I said, I love Sam Show. I played a crap ton of it last year. Um, so yeah, that does suck. But big shout outs to the Ronin Rumble guys and Andy O'Surf for doing online tournaments for the community. That's really cool to
And
keep the
people
game
seem
alive.
pretty hype about it too.
Yeah, right. So that's really cool. Let's see. I don't know anything about Soul Calibur. Last thing I know about Soul Calibur is they had an amazing Evo Japan Grand Finals, and I was so hyped watching it. That was great. But I know they had a world tour supposed to happen this year, and obviously things got canceled. And I don't know where it's at now. I don't know if people do online tournaments
They do.
or stuff
They
like
do. It's
that.
pretty.
Yeah.
They're pretty dope to watch. I'm thinking about entering some soon.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's my take on that. And then what else?
GranBlue.
There's GranBlue. GranBlue. I played a lot of GranBlue. I like the game a lot. I think it's one of the much better games of the fighting game community at the moment. It really teaches people to play, like, obviously on a high level, and also if you're a beginner, it's really good for a beginner friendly game, obviously because the easy skill buttons and all. And the only problem it has is that it has another problem: delay based netcode. Delay based netcode makes the matches very laggy. If you have a delay based netcode past number 3, most people will deem it unplayable,
Hmm.
because it feels like you're playing in underwater, where like the moves are heavy, and it's kind of crazy where you could just kind of feel like the move coming out so slow, and it makes it really hard to play, especially in a game where you have to work on hit confirms. And if you play hit confirms on delay based netcode, there's no such thing as hit confirms. So that's the problem with that game. And also another problem is the online is also kind of dead because it's not uh, cross-play compatible. PC and PS4, you can't play with each other, so that divides pretty much the communities, right? So because of that, it's really hard to play matches. So it becomes another whole thing where you go on Twitter or Discord to be like, "Hey, does anyone want to play some games with me?" And to me, that's a turnoff, just because I just want to just go on my stream the game, play it online, and just let it do its work by matchmaking for me. And that's I guess that's my problem with some games, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like a general issue too, though, because like, for example, imagine if like Legends worked that way, right? Where you had to like go into a Discord to get people to play with you. Like
Yeah, that,
when
that
I want
sucks.
to when I want a game, I just want to turn on my game, like hit online, and just play. Like I don't want to
Exactly.
have to like make an appointment with people. Find people's availability. Like, nah, I just wanna sit down and play. Like the rest of
Yeah,
my life is
that's
about scheduling shit. I don't my games.
yeah, exactly.
I just wanna get going.
Yeah, that's why I like it's like when you play Street Fighter 5, I know a lot of people hate Street Fighter 5, but when it comes down to it, it's the good old reliable when you just want to go on matchmaking online. Good old reliable.
So I actually have
Okay.
a theory about Street Fighter Five that I want to swing by you because
Okay.
I've gotten different people's opinions on it. So I'm
Mhm.
under the impression, and I kind of hope that most fighting games use this model, that Street Fighter Five might be like not necessarily the last Street Fighter, but that it'll use sort of what I call the esports platform, where like Street Fighter Five is the base game and you'll always get patches, but you're not gonna get a whole new system anytime, probably in like the foreseeable future. How would you feel about that if like Street Fighter Five stays the base platform, and for like the next 4 or 5 years you're just getting gameplay tweaks via patches?
Um, I guess for me, I don't mind it as much. I mean, we've been playing Marvel 2 for over like 20 years. There's no update. It's the same. It's the same game over and over. And like all the other old games came out back in like Third Strike, Capcom versus SNK 2. But when it comes to Street Fighter 5, I do think the what's really cool, what I really do enjoy about it is to be honest, is the character development. Like in terms of like how they're played, how they made them so different, how they make them really unique compared to their former shells, right? And I think they're going to keep doing that with obviously adding like little tweaks with like frame data and all that stuff, but also with like when they added the new V systems, I thought that was a really nice touch for that was a big major update to be honest. That was really cool. Adding the new V triggers was also really cool because they it's pretty much them telling us is like, okay, we understand that you believe the community believes that this V skill is completely worthless or this V trigger is completely worthless. So let's give every character a new V trigger and also a new V skill to kind of make them feel more complete and more to what people like. I think that was great. So now I don't know. I don't think they can do anything else to give a new game mechanic for Street Fighter Five. I think it's just completely like maxed out when it comes to just like those major gameplay mechanics. So all they can really do is balance out the characters. Like okay, like it's like League of Legends, right? This character will be good at this season. Next season, this character might suck. So I think that's kind of the way to go it in terms of that esports model. Is like oh little
Hmm.
tweaks here that can kind of change the dynamics of characters, right? I think that's great. I would say the only thing is that what I personally am not a fan of is that the balancing is so much more, I guess, catered to just beginners versus like the hardcore players, which just makes sense. I mean, hardcore players are only what unless less than 1% of what the community is, but it just I guess is more of a selfish thing for me to ask for is to actually kind of make the game more balanced instead of just like a brawling boxing match. Because when I think about Street Fighter 5 and I'm watching it, it gets very exciting because you just see get people mixed up 50-50, stunned, and just V trigger to death. But as a player, I hate being put in those situations because it's it's kind of crazy because in season 1 they had this tech where you they found out that you could do a option select where you can tech grabs better compared to now. You can't tech grabs now as often as season 1 because this thing called jump back tech,
Yeah.
and they took that out. Why? Because peop, because beginners and middle and like mid tier players didn't know how to stop it. So it made the game it made the game defensive to that point. And they're like, we can't have it that. We want the average player to mix up a top 10 player in the world. And they achieved that with Street Fighter 5 by removing all those intricate like option selects or like hardcore tech. They took all that out and made sure it was like so just basic where anybody can lose and anybody can win. And I mean, they definitely bridged the gap, took out the gap. But it's kind of like a big slap in the face to all the players that really kept with the Street Fighter franchises from the beginning. That's just my personal opinion about it.
I mean, that's valid, but it sounds like so. How do you think a fighting game can balance itself both? Because like one of the biggest problems that fighting games has, not necessarily as an esport, but just as a game genre in general, is that there's such a skill cliff, right, between like
Yep.
top tier players and beginning players, right? There's just such a cliff, um, and you see all the fighting games struggling to figure out a way to incentivize new people to want to play a fighter. You know, and you have while I don't think that everything that Capcom did with Street Fighter V was correct, but I do appreciate the fact that like I can get a friend to play Street Fighter V without them feeling super intimidated, as opposed to like when I try to get a friend to play like Tekken. If I try to get a
No,
friend
for
to play
sure.
to play Tekken, they're just like, "Ooh, that's a little too scary, friend." they're like 3D play. Maybe comparing it to like a 3D game is not fair, but like Guilty Gear, like it feels like every other fighting game when I talk about it with like friends that are like trying to like learn fighters, they feel so intimidated comparatively to like when they start pressing buttons in Street Fighter. Maybe I'm a really bad coach. Maybe the learning materials that they found weren't substantial enough. But it just like, what do you think? Do you think that there's a way to have a happy medium where like a fighting game can be embraced by new players where they feel that they're accomplishing something? Because like, yes, the top tier players should win all the time. Like that's kind of like the point of like the culmination of skill. But when you're like a low tier player, and even when you play against someone who's like a mid tier player, I don't think a game should ever just feel abysmal. Where like if you don't understand, like I think Street Fighter 4, while it's like praised as like a really good game, I think that Street Fighter 4 made it really hard for new people to get into fighters because you needed.
It's a hard game to play.
Yeah. Do you see what I'm not articulating my point very well.
No, I understand where you're coming from because I've been in these conversations before when I do like game consulting, right?
Yeah.
And so what I do think that people, and this is why Smash Ultimate is so popular. You just press one button, and the fireball comes out.
Yeah.
You need to have simplified controls plus also normal controls, which is kind of what GranBlue has done. GranBlue, if you want to throw a fireball, you can press the skill button, but you can also obviously do the manual input of the button, right? So I think a game like that is what's really needed. A game where you're able to play on any type of controller, right? Because a lot of times when people think about fighting games, I have people in the chat like, "Oh, I'm new to fighting games and I don't know how to use a joystick." And I'm like, "Why do you have to use a joystick?" Right? Because people think about when they think about fighting games, they think about back in the day in the arcades, it's always a joystick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, you could play it on pad, you could play on hitbox, you could play on keyboard. So what I believe is that if you can make a game that is playable competitively on a keyboard, that's when that's going to be a game where it bridges the gap. Because the thing is, most people that play games, I would say now, they're more tuned into playing on just PC.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Most people don't even have a console these days. If they do have a console, it's more of a Netflix machine or just a streaming service machine. So a lot of times people play like first-person shooters or League of Legends or MOBAs, all these other games that you just need a mouse and keyboard to play, right? So how come you can't play a fighting game on a keyboard or a mouse, right? And
it's just like a decision that was made.
Yeah, but I think when Rising Thunder came out, when the Cannon Brothers made that random game to like kind of simplify controls and made Rising Thunder was playable for anybody, it was very playable on keyboard. Like I was playing Rising Thunder on my keyboard and it was like really good. I was able to do like intricate moves, intricate combos, and it worked very fluidly. So that I think that's something that game companies should think about when they're making fighting games for Steam, for example, is how can we make this game playable on keyboard people? Because most of the time people might not even have a controller, or they have to go buy a controller, but they have their keyboard mouse because they're playing card games, they're playing Legends of Runeterra, Hearthstone, World of Warcraft, all these games that don't require a controller whatsoever, right? So maybe the right new fighting game can fill in that void where we can play fighting games on a keyboard. And I think if you do that, you'll get way more players.
Yeah, I think that's why so many people are excited about the Riot fighting game, is because Riot seems to have an understanding to some extent of like how to make a game for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Right, like League of Legends can run on a toaster, no problem, right?
Yeah.
Runeterra has stuff from Magic that a lot of people like, has stuff from Hearthstone that people like. Like they're very good at like looking at like what the core gameplay of a genre is and trying to emulate that in their version. So like I see people who really like playing Valorant who are FPS fans, just like they like the FPS genre. They're not, just specifically a CS:GO player, specifically an
Yeah.
Overwatch player. So I agree that I think because what's it? It's Project K is the fighting game.
Well, I think that's like the placeholder name. I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
the
But
original.
I think Project K might be the fighting game that new players can kind of get into because I think once you learn the basics of a fighting game, you can kind of translate that to other fighters, right? If that
Well,
wasn't.
it's just hard because like when I used to do like lessons on cross counter,
Mm-hmm.
I would get people like I would get a bunch of students that didn't know how to throw fireballs, quarter circle forward motion. First, that motion is actually very intricate for a lot of people that never played fighting games before, right? So because of that, like you need to take away that element. Like if you give any type of like
But do you think that
hard
might dumb down the game too much?
no, because if you played Rising Thunder,
I
it
didn't.
was really like Rising Thunder was really intricate. It was literally just like left, right, up, down, right, and then like two attack buttons and a special move. And because of that, and there was no motions. It was literally just like smash buttons, like full like
So it's
neutral
like
special, up special, forward special.
it was like kind of like the Naruto fighting games, the 2D ones,
Um,
not the arena ones.
Sort of,
Okay.
but like you could just YouTube Rising Thunder,
Okay.
and like it's obviously just like random robot models, but like for people that played it, it became really intricate, and like a lot like a lot of people really got into it, and it was easy to play, really easy to play, but also like it really gave like the hardcore group something to master as well, because there was obviously little strategies that we knew from other fighting games that really translated to this game. But for newer players, they can understand the concept of what they're supposed to do and how they can do it. Because when you play a first person shooter, like you know what you need to do. Shoot
Mm-hmm.
your target, right? Shoot your target. But fighting games, you're like, okay, I know how I need to take this life bar down. But how do I take this life bar down? There's 6 buttons, right? Light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick. You got these special moves that you have to command, quarter circle back, dragon punch, charge characters, stuff like that. You have so many choices, which makes people like, I just wanted the brain dead game. I just wanted to mash X, right? I wanted to mash X. I thought it was like God of War, where I could just mash X and call it a day, right? They don't have that, right? So because of that, that's I think what is really needed is for fighting games to have that entry of barrier to be okay, you can do this, and then boom, hardcore players like this is still really fun for me, and I think that's what Street Fighter Five did really well. Like you were saying that you could play with your friend because it's very easy to get into but hard to master. But they also put it where to the point where like if you're a complete beginner trying to get into Street Fighter Five, like ultimately, I don't think a person can succeed because of how hard it is to do like actual like full on combos, execution, remembering all that type of stuff. Like you would have to be so motivated compared to like someone that will buy the game on day one, give it a review overnight, and say this game sucks. I'm returning it to GameStop. Right? Most people probably has did that just in games in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I think fighting games are pretty popular when it comes to that. Oh, I don't like the game. I lost. I have no one to blame. It's not like League of Legends. I didn't lose. My teammates made me lose. Right? So because of that, like you never want to say to yourself, "Damn, I suck." No one wants to say that to themselves. So that's kind of why fighting games are hard. It's very hard to get people motivated. And I think if you have a way where you could press one button, I can throw this fireball. That's literally all it is. Wow, I just do a fireball. You play Street Fighter, and it says this is how you throw a Hadouken, quarter circle forward punch, and you just try it for like 10, 20 minutes, and you can't even get it out once. You're gonna be like, this game sucks. It doesn't work. They're not gonna say like I suck. They don't want to say that. They're gonna say the game doesn't work properly, and that's kind of why that's the problem with fighting games, man. Like combos are cool. If you're a fighting game fan, combos are cool. All that type of stuff is cool. But if you're a person that doesn't play fighting games, you're looking into it, you're gonna think of it as like this game doesn't work properly. It's not great. It's bad.
Why can't I do that? Why can't I do that thing Goichi did?
Yeah, exactly right. So that's why like it's a lot of people that watch fighting games. Like I don't know, it's like I don't really consider them as FGC. They're just more fans, right?
Yeah, nope, that's fair. I mean, it's hard because like when I cover a bunch of different games, right? I cover Magic, I cover a bunch of different fighters, I cover League of Legends, and when I try to get my non gaming friends have like started to get into esports because like it's on the news all the time. I can get them into a League of Legends game. Like they're like, all right, like I might suck at it, like CSing is hard, or like not taking a tower hit is tricky. I can't figure out how far I have to be away, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But they'll still try it. Shooters,
Yeah.
like they played maybe Unreal Tournament or something, so they have like a vague understanding. But man, fighting games are unfortunate. It feels like.
No, I'm saying like if you can like let's say you got into second server in Soul Calibur, that's 100 moves you have to remember.
Yo,
Casual player
if
doesn't want to
I
learn 100 moves.
if I didn't learn Soul Calibur in high school when I tore my ACL, I don't think I would have picked up Soul Calibur like later in life. Game is
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, so people want easy games. That's the thing. Like today's games, like if the easier it is and how fun it is, that's a top seller right there.
Like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, I mean
Game is sweet.
game is sweet. It's pretty easy to first play through. Obviously if you are advanced, then you can play the harder levels. But I mean, overall, like it's a pretty easy game to get into, right? You don't have to think and manage like when it comes to like turn based. Like it's literally just like a nice addition where adding you could just mash on X for like the first like 8 chapters. I can mash on X, right? Call it a day.
Yeah, that was a. I mean, it was both a blessing and a curse because then when you get to the later chapters and you just try to mash buttons, that doesn't work anymore, and that's rough. But like,
Yeah, I mean that's why the chapters are so long. Like
yeah,
the game is long, so you should be. It's trying to teach you like okay, like maybe you should try something out new, right?
oh
So
yeah. I mean, it definitely. I think one of my favorite things about Final Fantasy VII is that it presents challenges to you along the way to uh, coerce you into using different strategies in combat.
yeah, I think that's really cool about it. I had a complete
There's
blast.
there's no like random boss, right, where they're like, you have to stagger and you have to figure out like what moves stagger, right? They just make it feel seamless. Like I didn't realize there was like a moment where I was like, wait, I've started using this ability more. When did that happen? I was like, oh, well, like the fucking riot shield guys were always around, and like you can't just fucking mass,
Yeah.
you can't just mass X on them. They've got the fucking riot shield, and they block. I was like, so I started using like magic and like focus thrust a lot more and dive kick,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like, oh, they just like tricked me into into not pressing X all the time. Shit.
yep, yep. And then eventually you'll be like, oh, this boss loses more health during focus strikes. Then you're gonna only do abilities that gives focus strikes.
Yeah. So like,
Focus thrust from Cloud, focus strike from Tifa, and just spam it, spam it, spam it.
yo,
So it
Tifa's the
teaches you
best.
for sure.
Yo, give me Tifa in a fighting game, please.
Tifa should have been in Tekken 7 in a long time. It should have
Ooh,
already
yo,
been
if
played.
Tifa's like the last DLC character for Tekken, ooh,
I mean, they already had Noctis. I mean,
yo, but Noctis is whack.
There is a relationship there.
Yo, would you? Do you think it'll happen? Do you think we'll get Tekken 7 Tifa?
It's possible.
I
It'd be
know,
nice.
I know that you don't like giving your opinion, like assuming
No, I
what
mean,
might, like outcome.
I like that. I like stuff like that. Like, you had Cloud and Smash Ultimate, right?
Yo, Cloud.
You have Noctis. You have Noctis in Final Fantasy, no, in Tekken 7, which is understandable because when Noctis came out, that was when the release of Final Fantasy 15 around there, right? But now I think like there has to be some type of collaboration with just a Final Fantasy 7, right? Like, it has to be somewhere in the works.
Yeah, it's good, and it'll be lit. I mean, I hope it's not Cloud. Like, I really wouldn't. I could see Cloud maybe being in Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be happy about it. Like, I just want Tifa and Tekken. That's all I want. Like, Harada, I know you don't watch my show, but I'm just saying.
Tifa would be good. I mean, I think Tifa would be a perfect Tekken 7 character. Like, you already have like similar models. Like, you could definitely take models from Steve Fox and then give it to Tifa. So it's definitely very possible.
Yo, that would be great. Evo 2021 Soul Calibur 6 Grand Finals is Geralt versus Cloud. Oh man, that would be great. I mean, yeah, no, that would be great. No, I'm sorry. That's how you get a new wave of new people into fighting games. They're just like, wait, that Netflix guy and that Final Fantasy VII character? Ooh, that's an interesting game. Maybe I'll play that.
I mean, even it's possible even in Monster Hunter. There's so many Final Fantasy collaborations in Monster Hunter too.
Yo, your wife keeps trying to get me to play Monster Hunter, and I might cave finally.
It's fun. I played a lot. Like maybe like 2 months ago. Like I was hardcore into it. I got to like the end game, so like I kind of stopped playing because I got to the end game and everything like that. But yeah, that's kind of what I am. I just like once I get to the end game, then I kind of stop playing.
That's fair. I don't really play a lot of games like that. I play fighters, and I play RPGs. And I guess I'm the same way. I guess I'm that way of RPGs. Like I'll get all the like high gear, and then I max out all my characters, and I'm like, all right, now it's time to do the final boss. Or or it could be like Final Fantasy X, where I forgot that Final Fantasy X was a game, and I just played 5 seasons of Blitzball outside of Sin.
Oh, that's so trash. Blitzball sucks, dude. Blitzball sucks. Blitzball is so whack. I don't know why people play Blitzball. You, K-Brad, and I'm like, why do I just see Blitzball? It's just so whack.
Wow.
I hate it.
We were vibing. We had mended the fences from the beginning of the episode with trash opinions, and then
it's whack.
Wow, that's so not true, and you know it. No, deep down in your heart.
It's pretty whack.
Yo, if K-Brad thinks it's dope, then like, all right.
No, you can't talk to K-Brad because he's gonna be biased when it comes to Final Fantasy. Like he's gonna just swear up and down that there's nothing else that matters besides Final Fantasy.
Oh, Devil
May Cry, like that's all it is. That's all what life is.
I did not know that about K-Brad. Today I learned.
Wait, what is your... his sixth playthrough of Final Fantasy VII on stream?
Do you have a favorite? All right, so then like, what's your favorite side game in a Final Fantasy? Do you have one?
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy the card games.
Tetra Master and Triple Triad.
Yeah, Triple Triad is too good. Like the card game is actually the best thing ever.
If we ever are at an event together again, I will bring Triple Triad with me.
Oh, they have a physical.
Yes, I have physical Triple Triad and I have physical Tetra Master.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually really cool. Actually,
yo,
I didn't even know that.
They sold it. It was like you can buy it, but it's like hella expensive now. Because it was
man.
Like, No Good Citizen brought it up on his stream because he was replaying 8 when not remix, because it's not a remaster, remake.
Remake.
Yeah, and he was like, man, this is like one of the best side quest games. And I was like, yo, you can buy it. And he was like, wait, what? And I sent him a picture of my game, and he's like, yo, how do I get that? So I looked it up on eBay, and I was like, hey, so if you want to spend like $500 on a card game...
What? They don't sell it on like, is it like...
No, it's like
Square Enix?
Yeah, it's a box.
Or it's a fan.
It's a box. Like you buy the whole thing. It's not like Magic where you buy packs. You buy it as like one complete set.
Yeah, I felt like if I seen it at like a PAX, like at a Square Enix store, I would have bought it, but I never seen one.
It was Japan only.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because they don't love us Americans. So
yeah, Japanese developers don't care about
the American fans. No, that's why we didn't get the Wonder Swan.
I mean, that's why our netcode sucks, because they only focus on Japan.
That's when I play
when I play online in a hotel room, for Street Fighter 5, it's perfect. No lag. It's 100% perfect on hotel Wi-Fi. My hotel Wi-Fi internet is better to match up in Street Fighter 5 than me at home paying my internet that I pay now.
You got that Google Fiber?
No, Vegas doesn't have that. But the thing is, I guess because I live like kind of far away from people, but
Mm-hmm.
also not too far away, that when I play online, it's actually pretty good. I know a lot of people complain about online and everything, but I don't have that problem. So I'm actually pretty blessed. I must be in a lucky spot. That's all. Like lucky spot where my internet's very, very good for fighting games.
Specifically fighting games.
Well, I mean, it's for everything, but like it just works well for fighting games. Like it's nice.
Okay. So, we're gonna get to the end stage of the show. I'd have one question from Twitter, which is that if you were to start playing Smash more seriously, what character do you think you would main in Smash Ultimate?
Hmm. I feel like because I'm a casual gamer, I'm not a pro gamer anymore. I'm a casual gamer.
Oh,
I would have to go.
Word, you're a casual gamer now? No, so not sponsored by Jaywong anymore.
I've been a casual gamer. I'm a casual gamer, consistent streamer. That's the title. So I would say I would have to play through the lore. So I would probably play a Capcom character in in Smash Ultimate.
So you'd be
it's
playing
either
like
Mega
Ryu?
Man, no, I'll play Ken. Ken actually got buffed. I heard Ken's actually really OD now. So I'll probably play Ken.
Yo, I play Terry.
Oh, see, Terry would be cool too. I would like to play.
Yo,
Terry
Terry's
too.
lit.
Yeah, I think any fighting game character that's like from SNK or just Capcom, that would be my main character in Smash Ultimate.
Okay, that's a good
Or
answer.
oh,
Oh,
or unless they put like Gino from Super Mario RPG, the most requested character of all time, probably. I would play that character too.
chat. Do you have anything you want to ask Justin Wong before we head out tonight? If you have questions, I don't even know how many people are in chat. My stream labs is lying to
a
me.
good game.
What's a good game?
It's a good Streets of Rage 4. It's a great game.
Yo, I need to buy that game.
I've been playing it like nonstop, and it's actually one of the best beat 'em up games in a really long time.
So I
Like,
watched Jim Sterling's
man.
review of it, and he was like, "I'm on like my 6th playthrough," and I'm like, "Yo, if you can play a game like 6 times and not be bored of it, that's got to be like the OD god tier game."
Yeah, I would say you have to keep playing. You have to keep doing playthroughs to unlock characters.
Yeah, but
So
still,
I would do. I'm on. I would say I just finished like my 8th one yesterday on stream, and the thing is what's fun is that I could play with people online.
yeah,
Right.
that's what I've heard.
But the craziest part was like 2 days ago we were streaming and I was playing Streets of Rage 4 and Punko comes to my chat and Punko's like, "Do you want to play with me in Streets of Rage 4?" So we literally net played just a co-op mode from like the hardest difficulty and played it through all the way to the end, beat the game, and it was just me and him playing, and that was insane because it's like it's like I'm in Vegas, he's in Korea, and we're playing with each other, and it was like pretty good.
That's
So
impressive. That's
that's great.
that's a pitch for me to get Streets of Rage 4 because I have probably similar to you. I don't just have friends in America; I have friends around the world, and it's hard having a game to play with them because like server connection.
Yeah, and it's like so the developers are Third Strike players, so they understand fighting games. And Streets of Rage 4, they have like unique combo systems.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a training mode. So then I was practicing like touch of death combos. So they have stuff like that, which is really interesting and fun to me. And yeah, I mean, it's not like an average beat 'em up because they give you like, okay, like when people think about beat 'em ups, they're like, okay, it's brain dead, mash, mash, mash. But Streets of Rage 4, it gives kind of both. Like you can still mash, but you can also do really cool shit. And because of that, it kind of brings in the hardcore players, and it's like a happy medium, like we're talking about, where for beginners and also hardcore players. And I really like that fact about Streets of Rage 4 as a beat 'em up title compared to like other beat 'em up titles where it doesn't really give you that expert like thing usually. Usually
Mm-hmm.
like most other games, there's like exploits or like glitches, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this one really gives you like that skill, like how to like actually play it past beginner level. And I think that's the really good selling point for Streets of Rage 4 for me personally.
Okay. Abby Shores in the chat says, "Do you have any advice for streamers who aren't too into the FGC? I really like playing them, but I don't go to locals and stream other games. I feel like it's very scary to just dive into." So I guess what you're saying is like, how do you get into? Abby, I don't want to assume, but your question's like, how do you get into playing fighting games? Like into
I think
playing them?
yeah, I guess that's more like just, I mean, when it comes to just streaming, like there's no easy, simple like solution to be like, okay, I have a big viewership all of a sudden, right? It's like it's really, really hard to stream. But the most important thing is making sure you're consistent and also engaging in the chat. A lot of times, like I do like watch like random like FGC channels, and then when I'm watching it, I'm just like, man, they're just playing the game and not talking. It gets kind of boring, right? A lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, right? A lot of people just play and then no talk, and then it just kind of like makes like I said boring. So when I stream, I try to make sure I am talking while I'm playing. So if I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking while I'm playing and I'm answering all the questions at the same time, it gets people more engaged to ask more questions and to also talk among themselves if it's like something like true or false, or if it's like a debate.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, that's kind of what you want to go for into growing a community. And like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. It's never easy to like just be successful overnight. Like a lot of times people when they think about, I would say the mindset of people these days is they want to see success real fast. And I think I don't know where it happened or on the thought process of that, like how did it just come like that, but it's not gonna happen like that unless like you do something crazy viral and it goes viral. Like there's always like little like situation. I guess maybe social media is the cause of people changing their minds. Like if I can make something viral, I can be famous, right? But if you can't do something viral and or you don't have the, I guess, the random creativity of how to get into people's heads type of viral, then you have to go it like in the consistent way of like kind of like the story of like the tortoise and the hare. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be the tortoise. You have to
Yeah.
just be patient and just be consistent and just stream what you like. Like I don't stream just only Street Fighter. I stream just like a variety of different fighting games and also even just like random backlogs of games of now and just play. Like I personally don't care about the viewership because ultimately in the end, I know my true homies of the stream chat, like they're gonna come through, they're gonna support, they're gonna want to play, they're gonna want to talk, and they're gonna
Yeah.
want to do stuff like that, right? And I think that's the most important part about having a community like that is making sure that you keep the ones that really do stick around versus just pure quantity. You want more quality.
And if your question is more about like how to get into cat, stop attacking my chair. Um, if you're also talking about like how do you get into like the fighting game community, just like find like find a find a good Reddit or find a good Discord server. Fighting games, like we talked about on the show, they're a little scary to get into, but they're not impossible. And there's a lot of good learning materials. There's a lot of good communities out there. There's like I'm in a few of them. I know Combo Queens is taking applications to join their server. There's a really good LGBTQ fighting game server. Like there's so many ways to get involved in the fighting game community, and like it may seem intimidating because we're all goons on the internet. Like I mean, like it feels like one really big click when you're on the outside, but it's not like a click in high school where it's like impossible to like get your way into it. Like
Yeah.
I went to my first Evo in 2016 and I made mad friends. Like without and nobody ever made me feel like, oh, you shouldn't be here. You've never been to a fighting game event before, so like we're just gonna ignore you. So don't be too intimidated to try to join the FGC, I guess is my point, because it's not it it's not as clicky and as like scary as it looks like from the outside.
Yeah, just play what you like. You know, the community itself will come to you if you keep streaming, because people are gonna want to watch fighting games in general, or people want to be the teacher and try to teach you how to play. So
Yeah.
there's always going to be people like that in general, and that's going to form your community. That's when you can ask questions, they'll answer, and then boom, all of a sudden you're in a community. Like, you don't have to force things. You could just really just go by your own pace.
Yeah, I mean, my show is a good example. I just do it. People show up if they want to. If they don't, that's also cool. You know. But I don't care about the views of this show. I just want to talk to people in the fighting game community about fighting games and random shit. Like last week,
Yeah.
me and Robert Paul, the photographer, Tempest Rob, we
Yeah.
talked about egg sandwiches for like 20 minutes.
Egg sandwiches?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I
he
love
missed because he moved to LA and him and his wife can't find like decent egg sandwiches out there.
The best egg sandwiches are in Japan. Like,
I've
if you
never
go
been to
to
Japan, but like I'll tell you that my favorite thing is going to a new city. I have two things I want to do when I go to a city when I travel for work. I want to find out if there's like a real ramen spot because I have an obsession with noodles. And sometimes that backfires, like when I went to Texas and for Red Bull Conquest, there was not.
What part of Texas?
I
Austin?
was what was that? Red Bull Conquest.
If it's Houston, there's good ramen spots in Houston.
Yeah, but I was there for like 2 days, so someone like recommended this place in the mall, and it was like, all right, it wasn't that great. And I look for egg sandwiches, and my way of finding egg sandwiches is this is gonna sound messed up, but there's a logic to it. I find like homeless people because like they no, for real.
What?
Like,
I never heard of this one. All right, go ahead.
so like, because like here's the thing. And it comes from me because like I spent some time not having shelter.
Okay.
Like egg sandwich spots tend to be like pretty cheap. And so like when someone gives you money, you like go to like those like greasy spoon places. And so like they know where like the real spots are. So I always trust.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you ever get to go to Japan,
It was on the tier list. It was on the list for this year. I was gonna go to Berlin and Japan, and then this COVID thing happened.
Yeah. No, but seriously, I have changed so many people's thought process. They're like, "What? Okay," because like I'll be like, "Yeah, if you go to Japan, we go to like a 7-Eleven, Family Mart. That's like there's a little bit."
Well, because they're all different. Because they're like actual places, though. They're not like 7-Eleven here.
No, but like the 7-Eleven, there are convenience stores everywhere in Japan, right? There's the 7-Elevens everywhere, family. It's like literally what America is. But the choices are really, really like 100 times better than what we have here, like compared to our 7-Elevens. But the egg salad sandwich is something to die for. Like, it's literally one of the best things I ever have always eaten. And it's like something, you know how like when you have something that you like, it's not like restaurant quality, like something food, but it's something that you want to eat every day. This is something you want to eat this is something you want to eat every day, or this is something you would if you go by the store and you walk by, you're like, I'm gonna get an egg sandwich. Like, that's always a thought in my mind. Egg sandwich is like the number one thing in Japan for me, for the convenience store life.
Yo, see, but that's the thing, Abby, is like you don't have to like take streaming too seriously. If you just have fun with it, whether it's trying to get into the FGC, whether it's hosting a podcast, whether it's playing Streets of Rage 4 with Punko from Korea, if you're having fun, it'll permeate to the people watching, right?
Facts.
Like, that's why if you think about it, when like you're watching a streamer and they're getting mad salty and they're getting really aggravated, you probably like click on somebody else on your follow list. Because like when you watch a stream, you like want to relax. You want to like feel like you're playing a game with somebody. So like if you just like find that like good vibe, it'll work out. Trust.
Yeah,
As my
makes
cat's Kindred, stop being a bad cat. This is what she does towards the end of the show. This is how she lets me know the show should wrap up, because she like starts getting the zoomies and she like runs around.
Because she wants attention.
Yeah, she's like, you're looking at this computer screen too much. So you should look at me instead. So what I do is I start. That's why if you ever like, If you're ever watching the show and you see me like looking slightly off camera, it's because I'm trying to like let my cat know that I still care about her.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute.
Yo, little cats call the shots. Yo, Kindred does. Kindred has mad power in my apartment. She's technically like the landlord. She makes
Okay.
she makes a lot of the decisions. Yo, do you have a pet?
No, I used to have a teacup Yorkshire Terrier. That was with like my ex girlfriend. So yeah, that's gone. But
Lost in the
I don't
divorce.
think. Yeah, pretty much. But to be honest, it makes sense because I travel too much. So having a dog would be really hard to take care of while I
That's the
travel
only
a
reason
lot.
why I got a cat. Because I grew up a
Yeah,
dog person.
cats are independent.
Yeah.
So I love dogs. Yeah, dogs are cute. But hopefully in the future we get another pet. We'll see.
I mean, like you
I
don't
like
travel
having
that
pets.
much anymore. You could
I
get
mean,
a dog.
even though last year I took down international traveling, but that opened up for more domestic traveling. So I still traveled a lot last year.
Yo, I enjoyed your tweets about learning about flying Southwest and economy. I was like,
Yeah,
Justin now knows our pain. He's one of
Southwest ain't bad.
okay.
You know, Southwest is not bad if you set an alarm 24 hours before your flight.
I just
I am
remember
always on A. I'm always on A.
I just remember seeing your tweets of you like adjusting to the like self-sponsored life, and those I was like, man, now Justin knows what the rest of us go through.
Oh, I mean, I used to not be sponsored before I got sponsored, and I used to fly on my own dime all the time. So
Yo,
technically, I've been to both ends of the spectrum.
that's fair. Chat. Any other questions before I let Justin enjoy the rest of his afternoon? Right, it's like 5 p.m., 5:30.
5:30.
Yeah. Anything, chat? This is your last. All right. The doctor is asking, do you miss having like that big org backing?
The big what?
Big org like e.g. Echo Fox. Like, do you miss having that like big?
I mean, it's nice. That's for sure. To be honest, I can like if I wanted to get back on the team, I don't think it would be hard. There's many teams that hit me up this year to want to join a team, but I just said no, just because I like having no rules. I like just doing my own thing. So, to be honest, I guess not really. It's cool because obviously they pay for a lot of shit, but in general, it's just I just enjoy with what I've been doing, and it's cool. Like you would have to pay me a lot to join back at work, probably.
Is there an org that even if they didn't pay you a lot, if they approached you, you'd be like, all right, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
There's none.
Uh,
What?
no, it would have to be like I said. It would have to be very lucrative for me to just go jump back to org.
Nope. That's fair, I guess. I mean, like, I guess that's partially also because you're like more OG. Yeah, no, Doctor. I don't think he cares if it's C9 or TSM. I don't think that.
Yeah, I don't care, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I said, it would have to be like lucrative where you would have to pay me a lot to join back to like a org and everything. But I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Like I've been there joining on teams and it doesn't like it only helps cover like travel costs and pays a salary. That's nice. But like everything else, like I don't think like they do enough for FGC players in terms of like helping them brand themselves or doing more for themselves. It's not great. It's not like the best thing in the world, but I feel like I could just do more if I'm doing my own time, my own pace. Like I don't know. I guess I'm a workaholic, so I hate waiting. The fact that I hate waiting and just like waiting for emails, it's kind of like a middleman, right? The team is the
Mm-hmm.
middleman, and because the team is a middleman, it has to go through two emails first before it gets back to you, and that really drives me insane when it comes to stuff like that.
I will say that
Because I want to get shit done.
That's the thing I've enjoyed about not writing for websites anymore.
Yeah.
I like just doing my thing. I don't have to pitch stuff. I don't have people turn down my ideas. I can just do what I want to do, and
It's cool.
it's nice. I miss, and I'm not even getting paid less. I'm making more now than I was
Sick. Nice.
writing for websites. I mean, there's some more security because like I operate off of Patreon versus like, you know, I know that if I do X amount of content when I was writing for a website, I knew I was making X. Whereas like now with Patreon, I just kind of have to hope that either more people join or like nobody drops off. But other than that, I don't really miss working for a site anymore. I've been doing this long enough that like when I contact companies or teams, they know who I am. So it's not like I have to. It's not like I need like a big website behind me to be like, oh, Amanda's like a real journalist.
Yeah, that's good.
So I feel that. I feel the whole enjoying the solo life.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
So Justin,
It's nice.
where can people find you on the internet?
I guess you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch at JWong with 3 Gs. JWONGGG. Or you can find me on youtube.com/Justin Wong. I was so happy I was able to get that.
Wow,
username,
that's
Justin Wong.
and you have
know?
like a pretty OD common name.
Yeah, I know it's common. So
How did you do that? Just luck.
I knew a guy.
You knew a guy that knew a guy. All right.
Yeah, I knew a guy. So he hooked it up. So I was pretty happy. But I couldn't get the same when it came to Twitter and YouTube. No, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram because the other Justin Wong from Twitch that was working at Twitch took all that shit. So he doesn't even use it.
Yo,
You should go back
you should just challenge him to a gaming tournament.
No, he knows I want it. But the funniest part is that he's kind of a troll. So like when people actually tweet to him, he'll respond back with like pretending that I would answer it. So it's kind of funny.
That's why I've been trying to get all the James Chens to have a fighting game tournament.
It'll be funny.
Because I want Obscurica, James Chen, and Jay Chenzor to battle it out to find out who's the James Chen.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I've been a proponent of this for many years now.
Yeah, there's a lot of common names out there.
But yeah, Twitch chat. If you don't know me already and you're only here because Justin tweeted it out, this is all of my socials. It's my Twitter, the YouTube, the Patreon, and the Instagram. I'm gonna be honest, I'm like never on Instagram. I've thought about being on Instagram more now that I cook, and maybe I'll just like post like cooking videos and stuff. But
Instagram is godlike.
I'm just bad at it. Like for someone who works in content and like went to school for journalism and like my last year was like focused on like internet journalism, so like I know how to use a lot of like social media. It's the one that like because I didn't use it organically, I've only ever used it for work. It's just not part of my normal thought process. Like I'd been using Twitter, right? I've been using like Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff, but like Instagram came out when I was like I didn't have a good phone when Instagram came out, so it just like wasn't a thing because I was broke. So I had like a shitty like Virgin mobile phone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like much effort. I'm good at Instagram when I'm at events. Like when I'm at like an Evo or an East Coast Throwdown, I'm on Instagram the whole weekend. But like my day-to-day life, I just don't think to use it.
Yeah, I would definitely think. I would always tell people to help get their Instagram game up.
Yeah,
Twitter's already easy.
Alex Myers told me that. Alex Myers, like when he was still with Tempo, when they would send him on like the Red Bull athlete retreats, all the extreme sport Red Bull sponsored people would be like, "Yo, you got to be on that Instagram game." So
that's the one.
He's the one that got me to even use the amount of Instagram that I use. But I guess I should kick it up to the next level. But Justin, it's been fun. Thank you for coming on the show.
Of course.
Chat, thanks for coming through. As y'all know, how I end it every night. Go beyond, plus ultra, and peace.